Greetings from the captivating realms of Azerbaijan, where vibrant, clear streams dance gracefully amidst awe-inspiring vistas and the freshest of air. Get ready for village chaos, slippery stones, and wonderful winter views. The water is already boiling, the tandoor is lit. It's time to prepare our ribs for their cooking. Just look at these beef ribs. They are huge, and there's so much meat on them. And hey, while you're here enjoying the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell to be the first to know all the news. I understand, buddy, I would love to sink my teeth into this tender flesh if I could, but unfortunately, we are here for something else. But you'll get your piece, alright? And not just one. I'm feeling generous today. Meanwhile, we are cutting our meat and then we will chop our ribs with an axe. It looks a bit unsafe, but trust me, this is a traditional and highly effective method for working with such meat. We've finished this stage and are moving on to the next. All my furry friends are already waiting for their tasty bites. Just look at this winter beauty. In the meantime, we start working with the spices for our ribs. We begin with black pepper, which we will grind ourselves using a stone. We also add salt and mix our two spices with the same tool. By the way, this is a very ancient way of grinding spices that has been passed down from our ancestors. We pour the resulting mixture into a separate container and add more salt. Then we sprinkle our ribs with this mixture. Remember, all products should be high quality and natural. I always say, a good dish starts with good ingredients. Look at these luxurious winter views. In our modern world, we often forget about simple joys, about how to enjoy every moment and see beauty in simple things. I see people absorbed in their phones and technology, but real life is about connecting with loved ones, enjoying delicious food, and uniting with nature. But alright, I've gone off into philosophy again. Let's get back to cooking. Today, my curious pets are following me closely. Perhaps they are especially impressed by my dish today. Now, I move on to the technical part of the preparation, never forgetting about safety. Right now, we need to make a handmade stand for the tandoor. I start by measuring parts for our future stand and move on to cutting metal using an angle grinder. Then, using a clamp, I bend our rebar into a circle and then weld all the resulting elements into one structure using a welding machine. Next, I measure the middle of the next rebar and bend it in several places with my bare hands. It will take some significant strength. I weld the last elements together, remembering to wear reliable protection, and voila, our stand is ready. Do you know why so many people always gather at my family lunches? We live in a time when the speed of life sometimes overshadows important things. We rush to work, rush home, rush anywhere. But when we stop and gather together at the table, we can truly enjoy the moment. Meanwhile, we move on to placing the ribs on our stand. For this, we connect them using wires that will be removed after cooking and carefully place them on the stand in 3 tiers. It's turning out to be a 3-tiered meat cake for the wedding. I always love to stop and simply enjoy everything I see around me. Enjoying nature is a wonderful state that fills us with tranquility and harmony. When we go outside, to the forest or to the sea, we immerse ourselves in a world where time seems to stand still. The sounds of nature, the rustling of leaves, the singing of birds, the noise of water create a unique symphony that allows us to escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Every moment spent outdoors gives us the opportunity to reset and rethink our thoughts. Meanwhile, I've cleared our tandoor of snow, brought some hay, and now we're going to light it. I want to immerse you a bit in our traditions. The tandoor is an ancient method of cooking that has come down to us from the depths of time. Do you know that a tandoor is not just an oven, it's a symbol of hospitality? When we cook for guests, we show them our soul. Right now, I'm lighting the stove by throwing in some firewood. You might ask, why do this if we're cooking our food in the tandoor? It's simple. Ribs are not all we will be cooking today, but let's take it one step at a time. Now, I'm moving on to washing the vegetables. At the same time, I'm peeling our carrots and moving on to washing the tomatoes. There's no need to worry too much about this. If your products are homemade, they simply can't have harmful chemicals, and they don't require as thorough cleaning as store-bought ones. While I'm busy cutting onions and tomatoes, you can check out our assortment in the store. Who knows, you might find something that impresses your friends and makes your neighbors beg for your cooking secrets. All the details are on the screen. We chop the carrots quite finely. All vegetables are placed in different containers. For this dish, I also decided to take mushrooms because they are rich in protein and contain very little fat. Look who has made themselves a cozy bed here. Next, we need to take about 1/3 of a block of butter and spread it across our frying pan. Quite an impressive sight, isn't it? We add finely chopped onions, carrots, tomatoes, and mushrooms to our frying pan. Next, we move on to the spices. We add ground black pepper, salt, paprika, chili pepper, turmeric, and mix everything well. This will give our vegetables a special flavor. The features of Azerbaijani cuisine are its spicy taste and unique aroma. Now we move on to rinsing bulgur, which will be the base for our side dish with the ribs. Next, I lightly fry the bulgur with the vegetables and spices to enhance its characteristic nutty flavor and aroma. Then add water and let our side dish cook under a lid for 20 minutes. By the way, being alone with nature is not only a way to relax, but also an opportunity to reflect on our dreams and goals. Meanwhile, we've already sent our vegetable burger into the tandoor, and we've hung the ribs on top. Next, we cover everything with a lid and leave our dish to cook for 20 to 25 minutes. To ensure that the tandoor retains heat, we thoroughly coat all the cracks and imperfectly fitting openings with clay. Some people work while others rest. It's bad to be envious, so I pull myself together and continue my responsible task because I've promised my guests that I will treat everyone well today. Don't forget to follow us on our social media, Instagram, TikTok and Facebook, so you don't miss even more interesting and useful content. I decided to take my furry friend and unwind a bit while my dish continues to cook in the tandoor. For today's tea water, I decided to surprise all of you by using water from a picturesque waterfall. Bet you didn't expect such a plot twist. I know, I can be unexpected. For now, I'll set the kettle aside and move on to preparing for today's main entertainment, target shooting. First, we need to set up our targets by propping them against some stones. My loyal friend eagerly helps me with this difficult task. Next, I make a small fire from the logs I chopped and set our tea to brew. Then, I load gunpowder into our hunting rifle. Very old school, I know, but effective, and aim at our target. Bang! Oops, missed. But it's okay, I won't lose heart and try again. Almost bullseye! I'm on fire today. What excitement! I love calming myself this way on a particularly stressful day. The silence around, the loud sound of the shot, and the characteristic smell of gunpowder all set me in a thoughtful mood and help me better understand myself and my emotions. Meanwhile, I'm having a small tea ceremony for myself, while sipping my favorite herbal tea along with some Caucasian sweets, admiring the beauty of the mountains and forests surrounding my village. And of course, I share some sweets with my fluffy friend. He looks too pitiful with those pleading eyes. By the way, check out my handmade mug. A work of art, isn't it? I add lemon to boost my immunity a bit and enjoy the time spent alone with my thoughts in the company of my silent but incredibly loyal friend. And here come my little guests, hurrying for a family lunch. Look at those rascals. They only think about how to get into mischief somewhere. But that's youth. It's always hot-headed and thoughtless. What a beautiful snow-covered village. I love this time, especially warmly. Poor little Tail is cold, but he sits patiently waiting for his master and his culinary masterpieces to taste. And I, along with my other favourite, am ready to remove the clay and pull out our delicious food. What a smell! Simply amazing! I'll give you the chance to be the first to see this beauty. First, I'll take out our juicy ribs. Be careful, they are incredibly hot. I'm removing them from our stand, and now you can admire this perfect roast up close. Want to achieve the same result? Then remember, it's important for the temperature to be high. This will give our ribs that crispy crust. While our little guests are gathering at the family table, my assistant and I have already pulled out our side dish, burger with vegetables. Did you see this colour? This is how a real Caucasian burger should look. We're removing the wires from our meat and slicing our ribs. Notice how much meat is on each of them. These are not the pathetic scraps we often get offered in expensive restaurants. I can't wait to see the kids' reaction to this amazing dish. I bet they will be absolutely thrilled. Good thing I prepared a lot of food. I have a feeling everyone will ask for seconds. Do you see that appetizing juice flowing from the meat when it was cut? Finger-licking good. We'll put our side dish in a separate bowl, and voila, the dream lunch is ready. Let's taste. What a delicious treat! Now for the rib. Wow, I've outdone myself. These are definitely the best ribs I've ever eaten. Rating: superb. It's so nice to watch the youth play. I often see myself in them, and it always warms my heart even in the coldest weather. It seems someone has already caught a whiff of another culinary masterpiece. Dinner is served. Enjoy your meal, everyone, and I'm looking forward to fair evaluations from each of you. Let's dig into the ribs while they're hot. And don't forget about the burger. So, what? I see smiles on faces, which means everyone likes it, and your humble servant can rest easy. It's no secret that I love family lunches so much. But for what exactly, you may ask? And I'll tell you, gathering at the table is an opportunity to share a piece of ourselves. We tell stories, laugh, and sometimes cry. It brings us closer together. And our video is coming to an end. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell to be the first to know all the news. And if you want to support our channel, visit our online store page and order useful gifts for yourself and your loved ones. See you in new videos.
Videonun altındaki tasvirde var. Super.